Hey gang, another week, another guitar. First of all though, thank you, a huge thank you to my friend Mike for sending me this awesome shirt. It's an Affliction shirt. I love it. Mike, thank you. Love you, brother. Thank you so much. Second, thank you to all of the new subscribers who have joined the channel. You guys absolutely rock. Over the last couple of days, lots of you have joined the channel and thank you so much for doing that. There's literally 4 years worth of videos. One of my shows is called Lynchlick, so if you're George Lynch fans, you're gonna absolutely adore this because I teach George Lynch songs. I'm a bit of a George Lynch fan. If you haven't noticed so far, when you go to my channel, you'll find out. So I'll leave a link somewhere. It's probably in the description below anyways. But go and check that out because there's literally like 4 years worth of these videos. And there are lots of specials and show and tell of my guitars and all sorts of stuff, and NAMM earlier this year in January and things like that. So please do go and check it out. And I've also had quite a few questions and comments about the cover version of the Dorje song Catalyst, which I had done at the end of my Chapman Guitars ML1 Hanuman build. I have that as a separate video as well, so you can go and watch that if you just want to watch the cover version. Again, I'll leave a link somewhere up here or around my head somewhere, so it'll be there. So go and check it out, and thank you so much. You guys are going to love the channel. Lots more awesome videos coming. Anyways, you guys are here because you want to see my guitar. So this is the third guitar I ever owned. Yeah, this was the first proper super strat, big name company guitar I ever had. I bought this in the year around 2000. I was kind of looking for the record plates. Kind of a while back now, so I can't find the emails and stuff. I've kept emails from back then, but yeah, it'll turn up one day and I'll know which day I bought it. Anyways, when I bought this, it was stripped. It was stripped bare of all of the hardware apart from the bridge and the tuners. All the paint had been stripped off the body and stuff, and I basically got it from America. I bought it and my friend Kim had actually brought it over when she came over to the UK, thinking about the year 2000, 2001, early 2001, something like that anyways. But it was brought over and then I basically created this, which I called a JP2, which is on the back of the headstock. So this guitar started life as an Ibanez RG560. This was probably from around 1988-89. It was originally a humbucker and 2 singles. And I'll show you some close-up shots. You can see where the filler there is actually kind of sunk in a little bit, and you can see where the original middle pickup was. I wanted to do it the Lynch style configuration of just the humbucker and a single in the neck, so I kind of filled it in. I was going to do this top, etc, etc. Now the color scheme I wanted to go for was black, obviously, because the guitar is kind of black, but I also had this awesome snakeskin print dress shirt which I never wore, and it was this kind of silver grey color, and the shirt was made of polyester or something like that, and just some synthetic material. It had this grey snakeskin print on it, and I thought it'd be so cool to actually bond that to the body and just use that as the artwork and stuff. And at the time I didn't actually know that Steve Vai had done that with the floral gem. I had absolutely no idea that that's how the floral gem was created. So, by fluke or accident, or the universe sending me some mojo, material turned up on the body of this guitar. And basically what I had done was stuck the material to the body and then put lots and lots of lacquer on top. And once I'd done that, I could still see the edging, so I added the black burst around the edge, and it created this ever so cool scheme on this guitar. Now the lacquer is all cracked, and if you look close up, you can see where all the kind of imperfections are and all the chips and dents and stuff. And the reason it cracked like this was because of the lacquer that I used, and probably also because of the material that's underneath it. Probably shrunk and created this crackle effect. And you know what, it's actually quite similar to George Lynch's Tiger guitar. I rushed this I didn't let it cure properly. I wanted to play the guitar, so I had basically, you know, finished it. Even if you look at the paint at the back, you know, it didn't dry really, really hard, and there are all dings and stuff in it from when I'd finished it actually. So some of the scratches, you might be able to see them on the camera. I'll do some close-ups of that. I remember actually doing this, and I finished this entire guitar in my bedroom at my parents' house when I was living with my folks, and at the time I didn't used to open the window too much, which probably wasn't a good idea, seeing that I had, you know, spray cans of car paint, and it was actually finished with car paint. All of this is black car paint, you know, it's just spray cans, easiest thing that I could find. And the lacquer as well, which I used on it, I don't know if it was a nitrocellulose based lacquer or what it was, but it, you know, it gave this wonderful crackled finish on the guitar, which I absolutely adore. I used this so much back in the day. It's a great guitar, and plugging it in now and even just playing it acoustically has been such an experience, because the tone of this guitar is so different from anything else that I own. There's a real kind of mid-range depth, even when I'm kind of, you know, for just strumming here, I can just hear it, feel it. It's got a certain tonal quality to it. Basswood body, like most of the Ibanez guitars. Maple neck. This neck is a Wizard 2 neck, and it's really thin. And eventually I had to stop playing this guitar because it was aching my hand, because there's just nothing to hold on to. It literally kind of, you know, that's how thin the neck is. And when I'm playing like this, it's a very fast neck, but very thin. Great frets. The action on this is, you know, super low. I've never had it refretted. Rosewood fretboard, I think. Got the snakeskin on the headstock as well. I never bothered to do the Ibanez sign, and I kind of thought about whether or not I should do it now. And then I thought, you know what, I like all these chips and stuff, and I don't want to mess with it, so I'm just going to leave it. I like it like that. I even did the truss rod cover in the snakeskin print as well, because I had the material. And you can see all the cracking and stuff around it. It just looks so cool now. I love the way it looks. So I did a bunch of modifications to this guitar also. The stock tremolo came with it, which was the Ibanez Edge tremolo, which is beautiful. This is a really, really refined version of the Floyd Rose bridge. You know, everything here that you see came with the guitar. There's a retainer bar that actually screws into this to keep the springs in place as well. I still have that somewhere, so I'll pop it on there at some point. The pickups at the moment are a bare knuckle nail bomb pickup in the bridge. Originally used to be a Screaming Demon, which I had for years in there, but put that on another guitar, and I had the nail bomb lying around, so I wanted to put that in there. And this is the original pickup that I put in, you know, in the year 2000 or whenever. It's a Kent Armstrong Rails pickup, and it's a really good sounding pickup. I got rid of the tone control on this because I wanted a single volume control and just the 5-way switch. And I have not changed out the electronics on this for years. Actually, I'm going to correct that. The switch has actually been changed now. This used to be a 5-way super switch. I used to have it configured so that when I went to position 2, the bridge pickup coil split, and position 4, the neck pickup coil split as well. I still have that switch somewhere in my cabinet in my workshop downstairs, and you know what, I might just reinstall it on this guitar, because the clean tones I got from all the splitting options were just fantastic on this guitar. Really lent itself to clean sounds as well as overdriven sounds, so I might just put that back in at some point. The other mods that I did, apart from filling in the middle pickup, was to relocate the jack input, because I wanted to put it on the side. And now again, this is something that Steve Vai does on his guitars, but I have done this for my other guitar, the one that I built, which I showed you in the last video. So I wanted to do the same thing on this guitar, and so I relocated that. I also sculpted the heel. Originally this was a big rectangular heel, and the Ibanez is off the time actually had the sculpted heel, so I basically redid this, and it was the first time I had ever done that. I resculpted the whole heel. I used just files, you know, just regular wood files and sandpaper to smooth it off, and I also did around the neck as well so that it fit nicely rather than there being kind of, you know, an odd shape there. They're the only mods I think I did. The rest of it is pretty much stock. Oh, the fretboard as well. I added these little dots into the inlay just to give it a cool scheme. You know, something a little bit different from the regular single dots. So this guitar was a staple. This was literally kind of the first proper super Strat I ever owned, and I played it and played it and played it and played it until I got my ESP M2, which was the fourth guitar I ever owned, which I'll show you in the next video, and which is this, I guess, the sister of this guitar, because the finish is the same. I still had material left over in a few years afterwards. I recovered that one in this same print. Great sounding guitar. I have not played this for many years. It usually just sits in the rack or on the wall, and it's a shame because it's such a great sounding guitar. I think I'm going to use it for a little bit more now, so you may see it in some videos soon. But in the meantime, you're going to want to hear what this sounds like. So I have done a brand new track for you to hear this guitar, so that you can see all the sounds that it can come up with. So there you go, guys, my first super Stratty type of guitar. I'd love to know what your first proper super Strat type guitar was and when you got it and stuff. I actually got this about 10 years into my playing. Yep, I used the other two guitars for that long, and then, you know, 10 years later it was like, maybe I should buy something else. Anyways, I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I hung on to it because it is a beautiful guitar and it's a really cool sounding guitar. So there you go, there are all the details, and you're going to want to hear what this sounds like, which I'm going to do right now. So enjoy.